Hey friends, what's up? Phillip here with Points of Phillip, and I'm here to talk about my 2 months of having the Mesa card and why I think it's, well, one of the best cards that a homeowner or even maybe even just a regular person should have in their wallet. So before we get into that, I'd like to ask you guys to like and subscribe. Doing that helps me and YouTube know that what I'm doing is helpful, and it helps more people to actually watch the video. So thanks so much for doing that. I also wanted to mention the fact that I have memberships up on my channel now. If you hit join, you can see that they have 3 tiers. Currently, the base tier is the Points Elite, and that's where you get access to the member videos and kind of the fun, all the fun membership aspects. The middle tier is where you actually get access to all of my videos before they're open to the regular public. I usually drop my videos around 12:30, something like that. You can have access to it, that morning, and so that's nice. Now, I do have a top tier called the Centurion Club, and that's $9.99 a month. And philosophy-wise, like my line of thinking is that's available for someone who would like to support the channel on kind of a higher, financial footing. But if you are a member of the Centurion Club, you do have access to reach out to me directly on social media, and then I can actually, try to kind of work about like rating your credit card setups and kind of doing some light kind of advice work and stuff like that. And if you ever come by Orlando and I'm in town, we can definitely try to get together if you'd like, if you're a member of the Centurion Club. But anyway, thanks so much for listening to that. Now that that's out of the way, let's get into the Mesa card and why I think it's the best card that I have, even after owning it for 2 months. So let's get into kind of the top lines of this card, right? What is it? So the Mesa card allows you to get points for making your mortgage payment each month. Now, the best part is that you actually don't have to worry about paying your mortgage payment on the Mesa card. All you have to do is actually sync the bank account that you use to pay your mortgage with this card. They scan it, see that you've paid a mortgage, and voila, you get your points. So you don't actually have to worry about any of the cost associated with getting a mortgage. So that's good to know, right? So additionally, this is a true homeowner's card. So with this card, this is the Mesa homeowner card, you get 3 points per dollar on home improvement, utilities, home maintenance, decor and furniture, insurance, taxes, and daycare. So those are 3 points per dollar on a huge, wide-ranging category of topics that is really, really, really insane. And so, honestly, this is one of the superpowers of the card. So everyone likes to talk about the top line and the fact that you can get 1 point per dollar on your mortgage payment, which is, in my case, 2,800 more points per dollar on something that I wasn't getting every month before. But this 3 points per dollar on these wide arching categories are kind of insane, right? In addition to the 3 points per dollar, you also get 2 points per dollar on grocery and gas, as well as 1 point per dollar on everything else. And the best part is this card has no annual fee, right? And so we're going to talk about some of the ways that these things have kind of categorized. I'm also going to talk about some things that a couple of my friends who have the Mesa card are experiencing as well. So first of all, what we're going to talk about next is essentially my experience so far with the multipliers. So the multipliers are pretty wide open. So the question naturally asks itself is, does this actually code, right? So do these purchases actually code in a way that actually gets you those 3 points per dollar? Because that's kind of the operative thing here, right? So my monthly bills are, we have Duke Energy, we have the Pool Guy, USAA car insurance, water, cable, and internet. Each of those have reliably gotten 3 points per dollar. And so that's really crazy. I don't even have to talk to anybody about that. It gets 3 points per dollar nearly immediately. So pretty much my bills amount to about $755, 3 points per dollar. That's, an insane number of points, right, each year. Now, my wife and I are the first month that we had it, we painted our office and purchases a bunch of stuff at Lowe's for that. And so we actually got the $30 quarterly credit, and we also got 3 points per dollar on that purchase. We purchased a rug at Byline Home and earned 3 points per dollar as well. And we actually, for that purchase, I used the Capital One offers portal, and I got venture miles multipliers on top of that. And I was able to get that with using the Mesa card. Now, here's the thing. I want to talk about my friend's experience. So my friend here, he got the card via the special sign-up bonus. So there was a very brief 50,000 point sign-up bonus for this card, and he actually got the card during that time. And he's in an interesting position in that his wife actually works as a property manager for a number of rental properties. And so some of the things that they noticed were that a lot of the purchases that they make are with contractors, are with home improvement stores and things like that. And so one of the things that they've seen was that they're able to get 3 points per dollar on pretty much all those purchases. Now, the only thing is that sometimes these every once in a while, he showed me a couple of instances. I don't remember exactly the specific merchant name of it, where it only coded as 1 point per dollar. However, all he had to do was actually email. There's a support email that's available in the app. He emailed kind of his questions. He listed out kind of what the charges were, and in almost every case, they actually brought it to 3 points per dollar manually. And that actually happened within a few hours of him making his initial request. And so that's kind of brings me to this other point here, is that even if, you're having some trouble, the customer service has been very kind of reliable and very kind of responsive. Now, it is kind of weird that there's not really a phone number to call. There is, but you actually just go to a voicemail and you leave your contact information, and someone calls you back a couple hours later. So pretty much there's that, right? So you have to either leave a voicemail or send an email, but they are responsive, right? And it is kind of easy to get them to answer your questions. So that's kind of been my experience so far. Now, it is important to note too that sign-up bonus kind of went away very quickly in kind of a weird way. They actually just started denying credit cards applications for people that were signing up under that. So that's, interesting, right? Now, let's get into some of these credits, because there's a lot of credits on this card now, which is weird because it's a no annual fee card. So this one here has a $120 a year credit from Lowe's. That comes in the form of $30 every quarter. Now there's a yearly big box membership credit of $65 that we will be using for Costco. We're still kind of already paid for it last September, and so we haven't paid for it yet, but we do expect we definitely will be using our Mesa card when we renew next year with Costco. Now, there's also a $200 home maintenance credit with Thumbtack, but it's only $25 for each booking. And so you actually have to use it for 4 separate bookings in order to get that full $200 back. So I don't use this because I actually know contractors that do the work for my house. And if I don't know the contractors, then, well, I also have that friend that is in property management. And so they have people that they can get for us as well. So now there's also a monthly $10 credit with Farmer's Dog. Now, Farmer's Dog is really interesting. It's really great. So the only problem with this and the way that it's set up is that Farmer's Dog only codes as 1 point per dollar, which, it's in everything else. And so I'm kind of giving up, maybe 2 points per dollar if I use the venture card to pay for it, but I do get that $10 every month in credits. And so that's really nice. So that's kind of nice. It's kind of a give and take, right? There's also a $120 WAG credit, $100 home warranty credit, and a $100 gift card, which I haven't used any of those yet, and I still probably need to look into those particular options. So, all right, so let's take a look at how this whole mortgage system thing works, right? So you actually have to spend $1,000 a month in order to be able to actually qualify to get your mortgage points. And so basically I have to put $1,000 a month and spend on this card in order to actually get those additional $2,800 or 2,800 points for paying my mortgage. Now, so I've already said that most of my monthly bills will actually go on this card. And so I think it was like $755. And so once I put my Farmer's Dog on there and then maybe do a couple gas station runs, I'm at that $1,000 threshold. And most of that is on 3 points per dollar. So I get the $2,800, but I also get close to 3,000 points additionally. And so that's kind of a nice amount of points to get every year, right? So that's kind of nice. Now, here's the thing that's really kind of the most fascinating about the Mesa card. So there's a lot of different ways to redeem your points with Mesa. However, the only one that really makes sense is to transfer your points to these transfer partners. Now, originally, they only had Finnair, Accor Live Limitless, which is a hotel chain, Air India, Cathay Pacific, and Hainan, Thai Royal Orchid, and Lotus Miles. Now, they also did recently add Aeroplan as well as SAS. Now, SAS is very interesting, and because it's very limited, very difficult to actually get those points. So that's kind of interesting too. So Finnair is really interesting too because that is Avios, which means that you can actually transfer those points out, and that's kind of nice. So basically, let's take a look about. This Mesa card is really great, but it's not kind of in a vacuum, right? The Bilt card is supposedly going to be working on this kind of thing. However, they're not there yet. And so when some people ask me, is it worth it to get the Mesa card now and maybe get the Bilt card down the road? I say yes, because I don't really place a whole lot of value on saving stock for a 524 or something like that. If there's a card that can help me earn 6,000 to 7,000 points in a month, then yeah, that's going to be something that I'm going to jump on. But Bilt will possibly be entering the mortgage space soon. Some people are saying that they are having success with using the kind of Bilt bank account that they create to actually pay their mortgage. I don't have the Bilt card right now, so I can't really kind of advise about that. But I have heard some people say that that's a possibility. So, but anyway, thanks so much for joining me on the Bilt card. I've been owning it for 2 months now, and well, I'm still really excited I got it. And so anyway, if you're excited about getting it too, there is a code in the description below. Please actually go to the Mesa app, and then if you're interested in getting the card, please go to the app and then type in that code, and then that will give me some points, and actually will give you some points as well. And so there's actually no current sign-up bonus, which means you get 5,000 points just for using my code. And so that's kind of the only real sign-up bonus that's there. So if you'd like to get 5,000 points, if you'd like to give me 5,000 points, then use that code in the description below. And well, I can't wait to see you again. Until next time, thanks so much for joining me.